Mini Test 15. You'll hear the anchor person on the evening news broadcast talk about today's headlines. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen to the conversation and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good evening. I'll start with the headlines. Today, a new solar power plant started operating. It is expected to make enough power for over 10,000 homes. Also, people had some trouble driving downtown today. A truck overturned, spilling tomatoes on the road and making driving very dangerous. Here is some video of the new solar power plant. As you can see, it consists of a field of mirrors focused on one tower. So far, there are over 1,000 mirrors that reflect sunlight onto a single point at the top of the tower. About 120 meters high, this tower can collect sunlight from many acres worth of mirrors. A spokesman from the company said, "With rising oil and gas prices, solar power will become more and more economic." The company will build thousands of more mirrors around the tower in the next few years, increasing the amount of power produced. In other news today, there was an accident on the main highway going through the downtown area. Mechanical problems in a truck carrying tomatoes caused it to veer to the side of the road. The truck then turned on its side after hitting the guardrail. Fortunately, the driver was able to walk away from the accident with only minor injuries. Unfortunately for other drivers, the tomatoes were a real danger. Squished tomatoes are very slippery, and drivers going at high speeds do not expect such a road hazard on a sunny day. By nightfall, though, most of the tomatoes had been cleared away, making the road safe again. Now for tomorrow's weather, we're going to ask,
Mini Test 16. You'll hear a professor giving a lecture on flood control. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen to the conversation and answer questions 1 to 5. Hello everyone, I'm from Leiden University and it's an honor to be speaking here at such a prestigious engineering school. I want to give a brief overview of the topic today. Before I go into the more technical aspects, I will give some basic figures and explain some history of my country's continuous battle against the sea. First off, 60% of the land area where I am from is below sea level. This is a result of people over the past few centuries protecting the land against flooding from very strong storms. The iconic windmills of my country were, in the past, used to pump water out of low-lying areas. Sitting on top of long walls of earth called dikes, they were used to create more land. These days we have modern electric pumps that do the same job. Unfortunately, it has not always been enough. In 1953, a huge storm broke through many dikes. In the end, about 10% of the farmland in the country was under water and about 2,000 people lost their lives. As a result, the government started the most ambitious flood control project mankind has ever seen. It is basically an effort to shorten the coastline, reducing exposure to the ocean and making it easier to protect the country. I will be discussing the technical aspects of that project, which consists of a number of different devices used to control the flow of water. The biggest of these devices, the storm surge barriers, are truly magnificent pieces of engineering.